All right, everyone. Welcome back with Graphic Gaming. Today we're doing this. I'm dropping this right away. We're doing a reaction to the new video that just dropped on the 3 different skill options for OSRS. These will be coming in a poll later, and then we get to choose which one is coming into the game. I'm extremely excited. To my knowledge, this is the first new skill drop to come to OSRS ever. Like the previous poll passed with overwhelming success, and this is gonna be awesome. This is also the first React content I've ever made on this channel. I don't know how this works, and I don't know how to get not DMCA'd, so I'm just putting my little RuneScape dude in the corner. He's cutting some trees, having a good time. And let's get right into it.
Everyone. Hey everyone.
Hey everyone. Today, we're gonna take you through
3 completely different skill pitches. Hey, I'm Madalena, and I'm here to tell you about a pitch that every player who loves animals has been waiting for. Have you ever wandered around Gillianor and looked at a strong bear or a cunning wolf?
Oh, am I gonna become a
help
hunter?
you on your adventures?
Or I guess
perhaps you simply wanted to care for a cuddly
wild
little
hunter?
chinchompa instead of using it as an explosive projectile to destroy your enemies. Well, maybe now you can do just that. So settle down, grab a blanket, and listen to our most wholesome skill pitch yet. Taming.
Okay. So much stuff here. Taming. I'm excited. Since the days of wee little David, playing WoW, where I was a hunter, have loved having pets. Now, RuneScape, as many people know, already has a pet system, but they're just little dudes who follow you around. And having this, I'm curious, because the poll that passed was for utility skills. I'm curious how much of this is going to be involved in combat, because I feel like if it has any involvement in combat, most PvPers are going to do their PvP thing and say no. So it'll be interesting if it's like pets can be used in PvP, pets can be used in PvM, or if it's like catching Pokemon. Can I say Pokemon? Whatever. Catching little dudes, and you can have tamed pet battles. That would be pretty cool.
Taming is a utility skill, all about discovering new and existing creatures around the world and taming them into friendly companions. If you earn their trust and take care of them...
Okay. If I can get a dragon as a pet, I will 100... it doesn't matter what the other 2 skills are. This is the best one. Like, hands down. No one cares about this little pig. The only pets I think I care about in this game, thinking about the different animals, are dragons and chickens. Specifically undead chickens. It would be pretty fun to have an undead chicken. This also seems like a really significant overhaul on like what animals exist. I don't know if this is going to be like this works for all animals and creatures in the game, or if it's like slowly rolled out.
They'll aid you on your adventures.
Let's see.
You can utilize their unique abilities to interact with the world in entirely new ways, and deepen your bond with your animal companions by training and leveling them up to make their abilities even stronger. First, let's address the elephant in the room. This is not summoning. For those—
Thank God. Yeah, that about sums it up. The other thing is, I know there's a yak in RuneScape 3. If any part of this skill allows you to have more inventory space, this should not get voted for. I know they're not going to elaborate on that in this video, probably. That's going to come in, like, they had, like, a roadmap on what stages come, and this is just talking about, like, the high-level concepts of skills. And then, whichever one passes the poll, there'll be a new video on, like, the discrepancies or the refinement, I think it's called. So I don't think they're going to talk about this here, but if there's any pet skill that allows you to have more inventory spaces, that'll completely destroy RuneScape.
those of you who remember the skill in RuneScape, the similarities only go as far as having a companion which can aid you with various different types of content across the game.
Awesome.
While Summoning's gameplay loop behaved like a mix of rune crafting and Slayer, and required players to collect charms, Taming will instead bring the long-term bond between you and your companions to the forefront with an involved taming process. Taming will require study and knowledge of creatures and their behaviors, provide an in-depth animal care and well-being system, and even the capability to level up your companion as you help teach them new abilities. Each and every creature will be unique, from the abilities it possesses, to the food it likes, or even the type of environment it wants to live and work in. Each creature has its own quirks, habits, and desires, just like—
So this is interesting. She said to live and work in. That's weird. I wonder if it I wonder if that means you can like use them as skilling pets, basically. No, so I guess pets now are skilling pets, but use them like if one of them really loves being in like a— it's a good example. There isn't really much biome in RuneScape, but if one of them loves being in forest more than the other, I wonder if you can use them to like move logs and or cut trees? That's weird. I don't know how the heck you do that. I guess, or maybe if it's like a more aquatic pet, like they showed an alligator, it can like fish for you or help you fish or provide like a skill boost. That would be interesting.
Like real pets. As a result, taming has a lot of potential to interact with other skills, learning to prepare the perfect food, crafting the perfect toy, or even constructing the perfect house for them to live in. Once you've tamed—
I don't really think I care about that part. Yeah, I don't really care as much about what skills you can use to integrate with your skill. I care much more about what skills you can use this skill to integrate with. So the other way around. They're talking right now about like using crafting to make houses, using cooking to make better pet food and stuff like that. I don't care about that. I care more about how taming would help you cook better. Taming would help you catch food better. Or craft better. If I can replace the demon butler in my house, so crafting or if construction's a little better, that would be dope.
your companion, the fastest way to train it will be by testing its mettle at dedicated taming activities around the world. Some companions may find joy in running specific obstacle courses. Others may find the—
Yo, agility part 2 coming in hot. Using your pet wolf to train agility.
sense of danger thrilling and would want to navigate elaborate mazes and traverse dangerous dungeons. Some may just want the cozy bonding time from playing good old fetch. Now, let's talk about why you'd want to tame a companion. The biggest benefit to doing so is gaining access to all of the things that companions can do which you cannot. Fangs, fins, gills, wings, these are all attributes that companions—
Fangs, fins, gills, wings. Alright, fangs to me screams combat and or like farming maybe? Like doing herb runs? Oh no, that's not fangs, that's claws. Yeah, fangs to me or maybe hunter. Fins to me is like traversing water? Or fishing. Fishing makes much more sense. Gills, I have no idea. No one cares about underwater fishing and underwater activities anyways, unless you're an Iron Man training crafting. I don't know what gills would be. Wings, to me, screams bypassing agility shortcuts if your taming level is high enough, and or, like, flying places, which seems like the craziest one.
Can have. A well-trained companion can utilize some of these to help you by unlocking access to new—
yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, catching the herbivore and making your herb master. Yeah, flying definitely seems like flying shortcuts. Or this is a weird one if you can't have multiple pets, or if you can't easily swap out your tamed pets. I don't know how they're gonna do that. Because in this scenario, unless I can make my pet do herb runs for me, but it probably can't plant seeds, then I think I would take flying like every opportunity.
Areas, or helping with existing content. As a reward from the skill, taming would naturally provide access to a whole series of content updates that only the most dedicated of tamers can handle. Lastly, here's what will happen if you vote for taming to advance to the refinement stage. The biggest unknown for us is what kind of perks you'd like to see and how strong they should be. How involved would you like to be in caring for your companion's needs? How do existing pets fit alongside the system? We want to explore how, if at all, you'd like for these companions to work in combat. We'd also...
Pausing here real quick. She mentioned how existing pets would work in the system. That sounds fun, because then I can have my little Skatizo running around doing chores for me. Or, like, rune crafting with my Godder and or rune crafting pet is suddenly, like, more... I was about to say more better. That's not right. That's an interesting thought that I hadn't considered. I was kind of thinking that existing pets would just be, like, there as cosmetics and not involved, but having, like, a training system for existing pets that you got from skilling would be really cool, and I'm a fan of that.
I'd like to work with you all to decide what kinds of content should be included in the release, such as pet sanctuaries where you store companions, a creature catalog for documenting information.
Gotta catch 'em all!
What training activities you'd like your companions to have, player versus player creature fights, or even a companion-only...
Yeah, okay, if we turn this into, like, RuneScape Pokemon, I'm here for it. I don't know what the next two skills are, but this crushes for me.
Boss encounter, or raid. The possibilities really are endless.
A pet-only raid would also be very funny. This feels like a crazy skill for me if you can use the pets in combat. Unless... No, even if they're just DPS. This, like, completely overhauls the ideal way you should be doing certain content if the pets are usable in combat, which is crazy. Unless they're, like, a different attack style, which is using your pet, that trains taming and not your combat skills... and uses, like, your pet combat, but you're still the one getting hurt, I could see it maybe not affecting much. But, like, if you're gonna let me tame a dragon and then bring it with me to do, like, really anything, I'm so here for it. I really want combat. Even if we ignore PvP combat, because, let's be real, no one cares about PvP. Doing PVM content with, like, a pet helping would be really cool, and I like that a lot. But I was also a WoW hunter, so, like, you know.
Do you want to add some quality of life features to existing content? Or are you looking to find the goodest boy and take care of him? Or do you simply want to try your hand at taming them all? If so, in the upcoming poll, vote yes to taming.
Yeah, this is money to me.
Hey! I'm Mod Husky.
That's a sick shirt.
And today, I'm going to talk to you about our most surprising skill pitch.
Hold on. Back it up. Look at this drip. This isn't a RuneScape shirt, right? That's dope. I want that.
And today, I'm
like, cut off the sleeves, and that's like a perfect gym tee.
Going to talk to you about our most surprising skill pitch. A skill pitch that none of you have seen coming, and is sure to catch the community by surprise. This is a skill that will allow you to meticulously travel parts of Gielinor that you are currently unable to access, to explore new and exciting content across the game world, and learn to overcome one of the greatest forces of nature in the world. Of course, you all know what this pitch is by now. Let's talk about sailing. Join us on this adventure.
Yeah, okay, he was being sarcastic. So sailing is, I think, the skill I've seen the most tossed around and brought up by some of my group Ironman buddies. In RuneScape 3, I think they have, like, prestige skills, and so this is one that uses construction and crafting to make boats and then sail with. But that's not really a concept in OSRS right now. So I'm curious if this would be, like, a new part of it, because taming didn't really seem like a prestige skill in the same way that sailing would be.
And acquire a ship to take to the seas, master the art of sailing, and explore the world in a brand new way, setting foot on new islands.
Sorry, I don't want to pause every 5 seconds, but he did say acquire a ship, which to me doesn't mean create a ship, which to me implies that this would be like a purchase a boat to get started thing and not a craft a boat to get started. So it doesn't seem like they're using this like a prestige skill.
And traversing hazardous waters, storms, and sea monster attacks. Whether you're an adventurer uncovering new places to explore, a fisherman catching fish only available far out at sea, or a pirate venturing into dangerous waters looking to sink every ship in sight to plunder treasure, or even a courier looking to move goods from A to B, for a price, of course. Sailing has something to offer.
Alright, I gotta be honest. I don't care for any of those things except for fishing and monster slaying. It would be cool to have slayer monsters that you encounter out at sea. And it would also be really cool to have fishing spots you only encounter out at sea. Ideally, they can also give you the angler outfit, so you can tell fishing trawler to go away, because it's a terrible minigame. Yeah, I don't really care about the pirating aspect or the merchant aspect. I don't even know what that would even mean. I'm also not sure how much I care about the exploration aspect. I'm really here, like I said, I'm here for the ways that the skill integrates with existing skills. And to me, sailing out to find like dope fishing spots would be really cool. And sailing out to find and hunt monsters would be cool. And the rest I don't really care for.
For everyone looking to spend their time out at sea. So acquire a vessel, set forth, and experience Gilliler from a fresh and salty new perspective. Jokes aside though, this has been the most suggested skill pitch from the community, and one you have all been the most vocal about wanting in some form or another. Now, to you veterans of the community...
That is true, but I'm pretty sure... I think taming slaps this down into the water. At least I really hope so. To me, taming is a much more interesting skill with opportunities than sailing is, at least.
Community, you've been here before. The old school team pitched sailing as the first new skill back in 2015. But let's make it abundantly clear that this is not the same skill it was back then. It's been revamped, remastered, and re-envisioned, thanks to input from various pillars of the community, and also your responses in the survey. Let's take a look and dive into how sailing can work in old school RuneScape. First up, you'll have to make your way to a port and acquire a ship, whether it be a standard ship, a Viking longboat, or even a dwarven steamboat. The method of acquisition is up to you. Whether you buy one, borrow one, steal one, or build one for yourself.
Okay, building one for yourself is there. I don't know how the skill is gonna gain XP. Is it just like time spent in the water? This is a weird skill to me.
Once you have a ship, you can navigate the seas and undertake a variety of activities, either self-imposed or directed from various NPCs at port. This is how we envision the bulk of XP being awarded. You could search for an elusive sea monster, seek out the best places to acquire rare fish, undertake a series of sailing time trials, or simply bask in the unrivaled thrill of sea exploration.
Okay, yeah, time trials, sea exploration, don't care. Ooh, woodcutting level. Let's go. Good job. I don't care about either of those. Fishing, sea monster hunting, sound very cool.
With the sailing skill release, our goal is to really make it feel like a fully fledged sea expansion, which functions as its own biome with a whole bunch of new, interesting, and dynamic content, and not just the copy-pasted sea texture that it currently is.
Let's go!
If this has whet your appetite for the high seas, next I'd like to talk about what you can expect should you vote for sailing to advance to the refinement stage. First and foremost is navigation at sea. We definitely want to be more ambitious than the Bon Voyage quest, and there are a number of possibilities we could go with, from click to move, WASD keys, or setting your direction on interface, or perhaps something else entirely.
Please be quick to move. For a number of reasons, if you haven't done the Bon Voyage quest, it sucks. You, like, set a heading, and there's wind, and then you, like, try and maintain it. Click to move, to me, is the best. Mainly because I don't want to start using LASD in this game, and I like the fact that I can play this game with only a mouse.
Additionally, how large or small should the ships be? Are you the ship, or are you on a ship? And what level of customization should a ship have? Whether it's for flexing your sailing achievements, or improving your ship's performance. And of course, what activities would you like to do at sea? We've had a load of ideas to connect sailing with other skills just by asking, how would this work at sea? What could you farm? What can you fish? What could you slay? What could you hunt? Could clues work at sea? The sheer
Sea clues is a very cool idea. I take it back what I said before. The exploration part I can absolutely get behind if it involves sea clues, because that sounds dope. The other things they talked about were fishing, farming, hunting. That all makes sense to me. Oh, and Slayer. That all makes sense to me. I'm okay with that. I like that. Sea clues is awesome. I still think the vast majority of things they talked about for refinement are much less interesting than the things that could come up for taming. And so I think I still like this skill less.
number of possibilities is an exciting prospect. Whether you're an explorer, a sailor, a mercenary, a pirate, or a simple merchant, sailing has something to offer for everyone, so hop on board and let us know in the upcoming poll if you'd like to take to the seas by voting yes to sailing.
Hi, I'm Mod Light, and I'm excited to talk to you about our wildest skill pitch. This is a combination skill with both a gathering and production element.
What? We don't have any skills like that right now, right? I don't think so.
To bring you something new, mysterious, and exciting. Get ready for shamanism.
Shamanism. Okay, first thoughts. Totems? This feels herb lore adjacent. I don't know what this is gonna do. I guess let's find
With
out.
shamanism, you can study the mysterious power of nature and unlock the ability to perform rituals by gathering resources from nature and tapping into the spirit realm to infuse them, producing powerful items like tikis, totems, and poultices.
Oh, you can't see it because my RuneScape is blocking it, but it does say create items and enhance gear. This is interesting. My problem with production skills right now that aren't like making magical armor, which I'd be okay with. Which well, I think it was called warding when it was skill pitch was a long time ago. I don't really know what you produce. It's like skill enhancements, combat enhancements, or maybe consumable items, like consumable combat items. But none of those really interested me. Enhancing gear is an interesting idea, though. That could make the skill useful. Although how that would work with like, if it's just like imbuement where it just makes the item better, and then you can sell enhanced versions on the GE, that would be interesting.
In addition to enhancing your own equipment, through mastering shamanism, you unlock your third eye and gain access to the spirit realm, a new area of the game to explore where you can commune with spirits. In the gathering part of shamanism,
This is interesting because I think sailing and now shamanism are the only two skills that, as a requirement, unlock new areas with what they're talking about with the spirit realm here, and then sailing, obviously, the water. Taming, I think, doesn't care about any of that. It might add, like, pet courses and stuff and pet training areas, but it's not really adding... It doesn't seem to require adding new areas into the map.
you'll collect two different kinds of resources, spiritual and natural. Natural resources come in two forms. Some resources you can forage across Gillinor, such as mushrooms, roots, bark, and leaves. Others can be harvested directly from creatures using a carving knife, such as taking bone marrow from a giant, the blood of a hellhound, or the spleen from a giant frog. Spiritual resources are...
This is weird. My least favorite part about herb lore is gathering the required crap. Like, oh, let me go kill desert goats for an hour and grind all their horns into dust so that I can level the skill. And I'm talking from like an Iron Man aspect, from like a normal account, you just buy all that crap off the GE, but it's still definitely the worst. And it feels like they're making that the main portion of the skill.
harvested from the spirit realm. You can track down disturbed sites where the connection to the spirit realm is the strongest, and then reap the rewards. We know from your feedback that you didn't want to see
The spirit realm sounds cool, though. That sounds dope.
another viable production skill. And that's exactly why we've looked to incorporate gathering directly into shamanism. Our intention is to make the majority of resources that you gather untradeable. This
I'm sorry. I like that because it means everyone has to suffer. There is no shot this skill passes the poll. There is zero. All of the irons right now are like, oh, that's my life already. I don't care. All of the non-irons are immediately voting no on this skill. There is absolutely no shot. People enjoy GE buying resources for production skills way too much. And also gathering to sell the resources for money, and this skill not having that be a part of that, I feel like is a huge blocker on it passing a poll.
ensures a more interesting and exciting gameplay loop than simply buying the resources from the Grand Exchange.
I do think this is true. I think it would be a better skill because it is not allowing the GE, basically. I do think that it makes the chance of the skill passing the polls 0.
And then standing at a bank to train the skill. Now, let's move on to production. Once you've gathered the natural and spiritual resources required, you'll have to perform a ritual to infuse the natural resources with the spiritual ones. To do so, you'll need to create and use a ritual circle. These can be drawn in most outdoor areas. The products of shamanism could include tikis, poultices, oils, incenses, idols, relics, totems, a collection.
See, this is weird to me, because they've just mentioned a whole bunch of different objects that could do literally anything in RuneScape. And I think that's a shame, unless they're about to talk about what they could do.
Of quirky magical utility items, and even enhancements to your existing equipment. Now, you may be wondering.
Yeah, I think they missed the pitch on this one. All of those objects they listed don't really have any intrinsic meaning to what they could do, like they did when they talked about taming and the different features of pets. They just kind of named a bunch of objects that are like voodoo-y. And then they mentioned enhancing gear, which that one's self-explanatory, but I don't think that's enough to carry the skill on its back.
How the spirit realm comes into this and what you could do there. For us, it's this twist that sets shamanism apart from other skills. The spirit realm is an alternate reality where spirits live and is the source of a shaman's power. Disturbed sites are closely linked to the spirit realm, and experienced shamans can use their understanding of the two to move freely between them.
Okay, that's pretty dope. Putting aside the fact that I think the spirit realm could be like an entirely separate map with like special creatures and things to do, and that would be so cool. Like that to me outshines enhancing gear. Also thinking about how it's basically new spirit rings or fairy rings that they can put in the world are all of these different groves that you can travel between based on how good your skill is. That's cool. And then also throwing like a spot in your house is a cool integration with construction. I really like this part of the skill for sure.
Your shamanism level increases, you'll be able to access deeper parts of the spirit realm. And who knows what you'll find inside. Now, let's wrap things up by talking about what's next for shamanism. If approved for refinement, we want to discuss with the community how shamanism can enhance existing equipment. It's a huge draw of the skill, but we need to know what you think. Should enhancements be permanent or temporary?
Permanent. Temporary enhancements would be terrible, unless they were like, oh, this is interesting. If it was like Barrow's gear and it had decaying like that, that's fine. If it's timer based, that's absolutely terrible. Permanent is definitely my preference. Especially if the enhanced gear is tradable.
Should they be visible to other?
Although that does unlock many new scams for people being like, hey, I'll enhance your gear for you. Oh, I didn't think about that. Trimming gear is out, enhancing gear is in.
The players. What can you enhance? How many enhancements should there be? And what kinds of benefits should they provide? We'd also like to talk about the specifics of the gathering side of the skill, such as how intensive it is, and how many different training methods we should include.
This is a weird one for me too. I love gathering skills, if you can't tell by my my boy cutting logs right now. They're probably my favorite skills in the game, honestly. Woodcutting and fishing are just the best skills, and if you disagree, you're wrong. But this part of gathering, I'm not looking forward to. The part of gathering that's like used for herb lore, basically, where the resources you have to gather vary greatly, their locations vary greatly, and what you get them from varies greatly. That makes gathering more of a pain in the ass. To me, I enjoy the like partial AFK-ness of gathering skills, and that doesn't feel like what this is going for.
So, whether you simply want to train another gathering-like skill, whether you're excited about the prospect of enhancing your own equipment, or you're just interested in exploring the powers of nature and the spirit realm, in the upcoming poll, vote yes to shamanism.
Alright, April 4th. Poll goes up. For me, the tier list is definitely taming, then sailing, then shamanism. But I think sailing and shamanism are pretty close for me. And if I think more about the opportunities in the spirit realm, I'm much more interested in shamanism. But the rest of the skill, I'm not really a huge fan of. Which sucks. Taming is far and away my favorite here. The amount of cool skin interaction or skill interactions we can have here, just the concept of using pets you've gotten in the game for this skill sounds awesome. Like when I first saw the skill and they showed the picture of the dragon, that's what I was most hyped for, is having my own pet dragon. But now having my own pet like beaver or heron or any other of like RuneScape has so many cool pets. Being able to use those for this skill would be awesome. That would be so cool. And just the mere idea of that, I think, takes it way above the league of the other two. Yeah, this is my first React content. Hopefully this doesn't get taken down by YouTube. Thank you all for watching, and let me know what you think about these new skills in the comments.